Hello everyone, welcome to Jolly Molly TV. Today we are going to make another fun block in Kimberbell's A Quilty Little Christmas wall hanging project. And in today's video we're going to work on this block right here, which is called Ornament number 2. Go ahead and grab your plastic pouch system that you've labeled Ornament 2, and let's head over to the embroidery machine and let's get started stitching. All right, we're at the machine, ready to get started. I have a bobbin with white thread down below. I have white thread in the top of my machine. And I have my 5x7 hoop filled with a piece of the poly no-show mesh stabilizer. I want you to pull out your plastic pouch system that's labeled Ornament number 2 and pull out all of those fabrics. I'm using Kimberbell's kit, so I have 2 pieces that are going to be for the applique for the ornament. I'm going to put that off to one side. I have a very pretty white with snowflake pattern fabric that's going to be the background for this block. That's why I put white thread up on the top of my machine. I want to match my fabric. So whatever fabric you have, if you're using something from your own stash and it's red, you want to make sure you put red thread up on top. Okay, match your fabric. And then I'm going to probably do all of the stitches all the way through the quilting in the white because I want the quilting to blend into this background and then allow the ornament to shine and to pop to be the focal point on the block. All right, so I've got the fabric. I'm going to put that off to one side. I need you to grab a pre-cut piece of your batting that is a 5x5 inch. And put this other one aside. Okay, we got that. Put that aside. Now let's go to the screen cam and load the design. Okay, I have a Baby Lock Destiny, identical to the Brother Dream machine. In case you have something similar, you can follow along. So I'm going to click on Embroidery. I'm going to click on the flash drive. And I'm going to my subfolder that I've labeled A Quilty Little Christmas. And I want to load the quilting designs first. The quilting will always go down first. Then we stitch the embroidery design on top of that. Okay, so this one I'm looking for Christmas 14. And I'm looking for a 4x4 design. Oh, this is fun. Has ornament on it. Oh, appropriate. An ornament for an ornament. Okay, so we're going to click Set. And then I'm going to add the design on top. Flash drive, go back to Quilty Christmas, and go to the main quilt. And I'm looking for Quilty Wishes, folder 3. And I'm looking for this ornament right here, which is Ornament 2, that has like a checkerboard on it. That's the one I want. I'm going to click Set. It brings it right in on top, puts it where it needs to be so you don't have to move or do anything. Just click Embroidery. Okay, if your machine can't add, no problem. You'll just load and stitch out the quilting design first, and then you'll clear machine memory and load and stitch out the embroidery design. All right, so let's go back to the hoop cam. We are ready to start stitching. Let's put the foot down, white threads on top, and let's stitch out the placement line for the batting. Okay, so now I'm going to put the batting down, making sure that I cover all of that placement line. Put the foot down, and let's tack down this batting. All right, so now I want you to take the hoop off the machine, go over to a table, and I want you to trim away all of this excess batting from around the outside of that stitch line, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, we've got that trimmed up. Let's put the foot down and let's stitch out the placement line for the fabric. Okay, so let's put the fabric down. If you're using a fabric from your stash and you have directional fabric, make sure that you have the top here and the bottom here, because that's how the design's going to stitch out. Once you place it, just feel for the edge of that batting and make sure that you're pretty well centered. You're going to have extra fabric on all 4 sides, and that's what you need. All right, just feel for that batting, and you can see exactly where you were supposed to be. All right, let's put the foot down. I have matching thread, in my case white thread up on top. Let's tack down this fabric. All right, so now I'm going to do my quilting in white so that the ornament will stand out on the block. So I'm going to leave my white thread up on top, and let's stitch this out. It's only a 1 minute in real life stitch out. Enjoy. That's cool. I didn't see the little second ornament down here. That's cool. Look at that. You can see it there. Very nice quilting. I enjoyed that design. Okay. So now I'm going to change my thread out. Taking out the white, and I want to put the color of green that I want for my ornament loop. So I'm going to put this color green in the top of my machine. You need to choose what color thread you want for your ornament loop. And we're going to put that in the top of your machine, and then we're going to stitch it out. Kimberbell has 2 colors of green, so I'm actually going to go with that green, and then the second green underneath I'm going to use is this color. So I like their example of the 2 different colors of green, so I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to put the foot down and stitch this out. It's a 1 minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. Okay, that looks great. So now I'm going to take that thread out, and then I'm going to put the darker green thread in there as well, up on top. And load this up. You do the same. And then we're going to stitch out the ornament cap. This is, again, only a 1 minute stitch out. You got this. Very nice. I do like that 2-tone green combination. Isn't that cool? All right. All right, so now that the next step, we're going to be stitching the placement line for the ornament, and my ornament fabric is going to be red. I'm going to put a red thread in the top of my machine. Okay. So if your ornament's going to be red, you do the same. All right. Put that same color thread up, and then we can do the placement line for it, and then we can tack it down all with the same color thread. Okay, so let's put the foot down and stitch out the placement line for the fabric. Okay, so now I'm going to lay the red fabric down, covering that placement line. I've got a loop, get that loop out, and let's put the foot down and tack down this fabric with your red thread still up on top. Okay, so now I want you to take the hoop off the machine and go over to the table, and I want you to trim around all of the outside edges of that stitch line right up against it, because there's going to be satin stitches on the outside. So trim as close as you can, but don't nick those stitches, all right? You do that, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, and then if your fabric tends to make a mess like this one did, usually I have a problem with red fabric and black fabric for some reason. I just take a piece of Scotch tape and I come in here and I get all of those straggler little threads and clean up the mess that we've created here. There we go. Just a piece of Scotch tape or even embroidery tape if you have it. But I try to use Scotch tape just because it saves my embroidery tape for embroidery. And a little bit more. There we go. All right, that looks better. Cleaned up my mess. And now we're ready to start stitching again. All right, so now we're going to switch out our thread because now we want to put down the pink fabric. So I'm going to get the thread out of the top of my machine that's red, and I'm going to load it with a light pink that's going to match or blend in or accentuate or coordinate with that pink fabric. All right, so put your pink thread in the top of your machine if you are using the kit's fabric, or a matching color if you're using your own fabrics, and let's stitch out the placement line for this pink fabric. Okay, got a little stray thread there again. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to put the pink fabric down, do the same thing, cover that placement line, and then put the foot down and let's tack it down. Okay, you got this. This is like double applique. One piece and then a second piece. You're going to do the same thing as you did with the red. You're going to trim up against that stitch line all the way around the outside and get rid of all of this extra fabric. And then I'll meet you right back here. So now I'm going to take that pink thread out. It wants to do the red satin stitches first. So I'm going to put my red thread in the top of my machine, and you do the same. This will be fun. I love satin stitches. I just think that they're so pretty and they finish everything up so nicely. All right, so let's load the thread. If you only had a partial bobbin at the beginning of this block, you might want to take this off and check it. I always try to have a decent amount of thread in the bobbin because I really don't want to interrupt a satin stitch as it's going around. So make sure you have a good amount of thread. When in doubt, put a new bobbin in, and then you can use up that partial bobbin on another block. All right. All right, so let's put the foot down. Stitch out the satin stitch for the red. It's 2 minutes in real life. Ready, set, go. Very pretty. Okay, so let's take the red thread out, and now I want to put the pink thread in that's going to match my pink fabric or coordinate with it. Mine kind of more coordinates with it. They're both light pink, but one's a little bit lighter than the other, so it'll look really nice together, I think. So let's put that thread up on top, put the foot down, and let's stitch out the middle of the ornament here, the pink section, and it's a 2 minute in real life stitch out. All right, this is going to be cool. Okay, so I'm taking the pink out. I've chosen the green thread that I would have put in. I'm going to use the lighter one that's on the loop. That will look, I think, very nice in the middle with the pink. So choose your color of green that you'd like in the middle, or any other color that you want to accent, and put on this ornament. Put that thread up on top. And we're going to stitch this out. This is a 4 minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. Enjoy. Isn't that cool? I love these blocks. I really think they're amazing. Let's see if I can get these little stray threads here trimmed up. There we go. So I don't forget to do them later. One little bitty baby one. There we go. And then a red one. And a green one. There we go. Doesn't that look cool? Look at that. That's amazing. Good job. I am thrilled with the way that came out. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the hoop off the machine. Let's go over to the table and I'll show you how to finish up this block. All right, isn't that a fun ornament? Love that. Okay, so now all we have to do is trim up this block, and we're going to use this outside stitch line to make that happen, all right? This block is going to measure 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. If we take this stitch line to this stitch line, it's 4.5 inches. Perfect. Same, top to bottom, just shy of 4.5. So it's perfect to use in order to trim up this block. So now I'm going to look for this outer stitch line. I'm going to put my ruler down and I'm going to go right up to it and I'm going to go just past it, just a hair past it. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. So I can make my first cut. Okay, oops, it wanted to come back. All right, so now I can turn this over, line it up with my mat. And then 1, 2, 3, 4.5. I'm going to line up my ruler with the mat. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. Go ahead and make my cut. 2 down, 2 to go. Okay, we're going to look for this outer stitch line. Line the ruler up. Go just a hair past it. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. And then make my cut. This is the last one. We're going to line up the block with the mat. Going to line up the ruler on the bottom of the block. Then I'm going to line my ruler up with the mat. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. And you did it. You trimmed up your ornament block. Isn't that cute? I love the checkerboard on there. Very cute combination with that applique. You did it. Good job. So I hope you had as much fun today making this block as I did. And I hope you stay tuned here on Jolly Molly TV for more fun and more adorable blocks in Kimberbell's A Quilty Little Christmas wall hanging project. And until I see you next time, take care and happy stitching. Bye-bye.